Hi there. Hello. How is everyone else this fine Sunday? It feels like there was not a lot of time between these streams. I feel like we were just doing this yesterday. It does not feel like it's been a week, but my time perception is completely shot, y'all. So let's give everybody a minute to come in and check in and see where everybody's going. How are we doing? David. Thanks, David. It was really just my hair was in my face and Aurora kept pulling it. So I just decided to get it off my face a little bit. So thank you. Howdy, resident Revsecutioner. That's so hard to say. So got 8 people in here. All right. As you guys check in, I just have to say I'm living on 2 brain cells and pure spite right now. That's where I'm at. I feel like for those of you who haven't watched the vlog I just posted, yeah, my mental health is hanging by a thread, and it's definitely been a challenge. There's lots of wins to share, obviously, but I thought, what if we do our challenges first and then our wins? What if we add that section where we share a challenge we're having and maybe we can help each other work through it or just hold space for each other? What do you guys think about adding that to our stream? So that way we're all feeling heard in both. I'm curious for your feedback. While you guys weigh in on that, I do want to say for all the new people that obviously I'm Amanda. For those of you that haven't met me, I am not a licensed mental health professional. I do have a bachelor's in forensic psychology, but I'm not a licensed mental health professional. So if you are in a mental health crisis, please make sure that you're reaching out and getting the mental health support that you deserve. So any insights that I give are based on my experience and the experiences of others that I have interacted with. Ashley says that would be good. Anonymous says that would be nice. Okay, awesome. David says pure spite is the best. Artificial spite just doesn't cut it right. I'm glad that you have appreciation for my preferred spite here. Cool. Resident Executioners is the challenge. Would be cool. Okay, so we're going to do both of those. Before we get into that, we'll kind of sandwich it. So we'll do our good news story and then we'll share our challenges and then we will do our wins. So how does that sound, everybody? It says flamingos. Yes, les flamands. That's how you say flamingo in French. Flamand. Richard, hello. His new rap name is Artificial Spite. So last week, as I had said, we're going to alternate our stream. So one stream a month will be for me, and then one stream a month will be for the outreach. And I wanted to share the outreach because maybe you guys can weigh in on this too. So there was a teacher from North Dakota that had reached out to me. He's been watching the channel for a long time. If you're in here, feel free to say hello. He's been watching a lot of the content for a long time and was saying that she teaches kindergarten and a lot of the students are neurodivergent. Either they are on the spectrum or there are a lot of them that struggle with anxiety and stuff. And she's saying, I really need help because the funding got cut, surprise, surprise, to their school district. And she said, I'm already spending so much out of pocket just for the kids to have, base learning supplies and stuff at this point. But a lot of them really are struggling with their mental health. And she reached out and said, I know that you do some outreach and stuff. Would you be willing to help the classroom? And I'm like, yes, absolutely. This is a great project for us to take on. So we were brainstorming things that we can do to help the kids. And so far, I haven't sent out the package, but I will. I'll show it to everybody before I send some of the stuff out. Or we're working on an Amazon wish list so that things can be sent directly and stuff, or so that we can just compile everything and then have it sent in one load. So I'm not exactly sure how we're going to do this one yet. Because it's been a little bit of work in progress. Her and I have been communicating back and forth, but we had come to the conclusion that a really important thing for the classroom would be a calm corner, so that anybody who's feeling overstimulated or overwhelmed has somewhere to go, with pillows and just soft things, sensory bottles, just calming imagery and stuff where they can go. I think that that's really important. I know that really helps me. I know that a lot of people who are neurodivergent need that safe place to go when they get overstimulated. We are going to get some books. So I'm actually going to get these particularly from other Pango sellers, because I just think that'd be an extra awesome way to support, a small business and not be buying these books brand new. So I'm going to get some just different emotional books and send like a bundle of those, so that either she can read them out loud as the teacher, she can read the books out loud, or the students, when they're having that quiet time, when they're having the time in the calm corner, they can read these books and engage in these books and have new ideas on how to cope and how to regulate their emotions and stuff. Because being so young, a lot of people kind of brush that off, but they can learn to regulate their emotions. So that one's really important. Just little things like the feelings flashcards, so they can identify their feelings, because she said a lot of them have a lot of difficulty with that. So learning to do that, because visual tools really help kids to identify their feelings. And once you identify the feeling, then you can start figuring out which tool is going to work best in that moment. So that is where the pledges are going right now, is the classroom. So if you want to donate toward that, that's where the super sticker function, or super sticker pledges will be going today, is toward this. We also are thinking, if we get enough, to do some yoga mats and stuff, just like kid-size yoga mats, and some I made a guided meditation playlist for her. So I think that would be really cool, just to make calm down time more engaging. So everybody has that space again. Like when it's calm down time, it's okay, we're going to bring our mats out. She said they don't even have stuff for nap time. I'm going, oh my gosh, in kindergarten? I remember having nap time in kindergarten. That was everything. She said, so they don't even really have anything for that. Sometimes they'll just use their backpacks to kind of lay on. And I thought, oh my gosh, no, we need some pillows and some plushies and stuff. Just if everyone can have like one little plushie, so they can have a buddy, so everybody can have one little buddy that they can either use during class, or during class for kindergarten, when they're feeling like they need to connect but not quite go over into the calm corner. So those are my ideas so far for this. So feel free to weigh in. I am not an educator, but I've been working with her as an educator to figure out what to do. So thank you so much, Ashley. We have a good start. Here. I'll keep track here. I really wish that YouTube would start keeping track of the pledges. Thank you so much. So I'm actually really excited about this, because obviously I have a baby, and I saw a lot of people. I did work for a while at a French immersion school, and I worked with preschoolers, and then I worked a little bit after school with some of the older kids, like 4th, 5th graders. And I did see a very big need for this kind of stuff. And I told her, I said, there's some stuff you can do that doesn't really cost a lot, and let's talk about that too. Like in the meantime, like a kindness jar, a gratitude jar, like a snap cup. I told her about that. I said, if you don't want to use a snap cup, because that might be a little hard for the kids to understand unless you show them that clip, then maybe just a gratitude jar, a kindness jar, or something like that. And they can even help decorate it. And I think that would be really interactive. So I was just making some suggestions for things that she can do in the meantime. And then I want to send like a care package for her in the classroom. So I am super excited about that. Actually, I'm super excited to do that. And I'm hoping that she sends pictures. I said, obviously, don't share the kids' faces or anything, but if you want to share pictures, I would love to share that with the community. So I'm hoping she does that. Thank you, Spencer. I'm just getting early journey 30 birthday wishes for Wednesday. Happy early birthday. So it does get kind of crazy in here too, just FYI. So the super chat and super sticker function is also a great way to make sure that I see your message, because it might just get lost. And I certainly am not ignoring anyone. I just can kind of get overwhelmed and lost. So thank you very much, Spencer. Thank you very much, Ashley. I'm going to go into the good news story, and then we can start talking about our challenges, and then we'll do the wins. I know I already said that, but now that I'm in school mode, I'm in my school person, my teacher mode, I feel like, okay, we have to have those transitionary phrases. So Let's do our good news story. By the way, my win is finally getting the phone crisis of 2025 results. So that's my win. So snaps for Amanda and Aaron. If you are in here, still love you. Thank you so much for helping me figure that out and deal with that during this time. So where is the good news story? So I think that this is amazing because there's so much conversation around how mental health is getting worse in so many ways. And I can see in certain areas, yes, there's more struggle. Anxiety rates are increasing and stuff because of social media. We might be feeling more excluded. We might be feeling more ostracized. But I think that this is awesome, and we all need to hear this today, that global, I hate that I have to say this, global unaliving rates have fallen nearly 30% since 1990. So that means that we are moving in the right direction. Statistics are showing we're moving in the right direction. So I hate that I have to censor this. Screw YouTube for this. Oh, got an ad. Rates have declined by almost 30% worldwide over the past 3 decades, according to a large international study published in Nature Mental Health, reported German press agency. Researchers analyzed World Health Organization (WHO) data from 102 countries and found that the average rate dropped from 10.33 unalivings per 100,000 people in 1990 to 7.24 in 2021, marking a decline of 29.9%. The decrease was more pronounced in high-income countries, where rates fell 32.1% compared to 27.3% in low- and middle-income countries. Definitions of unaliving may differ between countries. How does that differ? I'm really curious as to how the definition of that differs between countries, but okay. Which could distort the statistics, the researchers caution. The study published on Monday was led by Sun Kim and Silin Wu of Kyunghee University College of Medicine in Seoul. In Europe, the researchers pointed to responsible media reporting and efforts to strengthen people's social and emotional skills as contributing factors. So literally the exact thing that we are trying to do today in helping children with their emotional skills and stuff, literally what we are trying to do. So these are the things that they are pointing out help lower that rate. Experts also cited improved access to psychiatric and psychosocial care, reduced stigma around mental illness, and prevention programs as drivers of the downward trend. In 1990, high-income countries had relatively high rates of 12.68 per 100,000 people, which dropped to 8.61 by 2021. I just think that that's amazing. I think we needed to hear that because I know that especially when we're struggling with our own mental health, it can seem like everything is getting worse and we're going to hear all of the worst stories. And now, when we're seeing all these stories and stuff all the damn time on social media and stuff, it can be very, I hope you guys don't hear my neighbor revving the engine right now. It can be very difficult to see the broader picture. And I just thought that this was a really good story to share, to show that what we do makes a difference. The different, or the changes that we're making as a society and as individuals, those are making a difference. And I just wanted everybody to remember that when it seems hopeless and we're seeing all these terrible things in the news and we're hearing about more and more stories of people attempting or of people unfortunately losing their battle, that at least we're moving in the right direction of reducing that. So I was really happy to read that. That made me feel really good. Oh my gosh, so many messages. I feel like I'm totally behind, and I really apologize for that. We have California. Just trying to scan real fast. Oh, Ella says, "You have helped me so many times. Friday will be the 3rd anniversary that I lost my husband. I'm so sorry. He died on his 55th birthday from a massive heart attack here at home." That is heartbreaking. We were just, my son and I were just talking about that, we had dropped an Afghan off to a memory care center here near us. And there was a woman there that was celebrating her 102nd birthday. And we just wanted to gift this to a resident, maybe that didn't have any family or anything. And there's a woman there celebrating her 102nd birthday. And we're thinking, is she going to make it through the day? What if she didn't make it through the day? And that's just heartbreaking. But I hope that at the very least, like, he went out feeling loved and went out feeling close to his family. And my mom went from a heart attack, and I know that that was really frightening for me, for her. But I hope that he went out feeling, loved and feeling surrounded by the people that cared about him. But I'm really sorry for your loss. Oh, sorry, Spencer. But I hope that you have an amazing birthday. No worries about bouncing. You go have an amazing birthday celebration. Stay safe. Amy says, I know this chat has helped me on numerous occasions, and I appreciate that so very much. I'm so glad. Salut, j'arrive de front de la guerre en Ukraine et j'ai des flashbacks terribles. Je suis au bout. Rilo, aide-moi. Tu peux m'envoyer un email si tu veux et on peut communiquer un peu plus. Je suis vraiment désolée pour ça. Et c'est triste que la guerre là-bas continue. Je ne peux pas comprendre du tout. Mais si tu veux m'envoyer un email, je peux parler avec toi un peu plus. Mais je comprends bien pourquoi tu as des expériences comme ça. Je ne peux pas imaginer. C'est trop pour une personne de voir les choses comme ça. C'est trop pour le cerveau. Et je suis vraiment désolée. Richard Lee says, I want to say thank you for your time on YouTube. You're making a difference in educating and fighting the stigma. Thank you so much, guys, for that today. I just see a lot of people that are thanking me, and I kind of suspect that a lot of you probably watched my vlog and are realizing that I'm just, as I said in the beginning of this, living on 2 brain cells and pure spite. And while I'm trying to keep it together, and I'm looking forward to some things, both my personal life, like the finale of Dexter this Friday, but also, the outreach and stuff. I'm really looking forward to doing that. So I forgot to say, we always have a goal of raising $250 for our outreach and stuff. So anything that you guys can give toward that is very much appreciated. So I'm looking forward to being able to put together this care packages project and help them, and hopefully we can share some pictures and stuff of that. But thank you, everyone that's sending love for me and showing appreciation for me at this time, because I'm not gonna lie, this is my struggle. Let's move into our struggles, and then we'll do our wins, because I want to follow up the struggles with the wins, just so we can keep the balance. So if you share a struggle, please also share a win, so we can keep that balance. Okay, that's the rule I'm gonna set here, is I want us to keep that balance. So one of my big struggles right now is that for some reason YouTube is blocking the reactions and stuff from hitting the algorithm, so the videos aren't being pushed out now, and it's really been an emotional challenge, because obviously I love this community, I love the channel, and I've been wanting to transition a little bit, so I've been trying to look at the bright side of that. I'm going to be creating different content that I hope you guys are open to, and I hope that resonates more and the algorithm kind of kicks back up, because it's really frustrating when you put a lot of time and energy into something and you're not seeing growth or anything, because I've never cared particularly about making money on this channel. Most of my stuff isn't monetized anyway, but it's like, if it's not for that, then it has to be for the growth, because there's already a lot of videos out there. Oops, I need to silence my phone. There's already a lot of videos that I put on the channel to help, but if we're not growing, then all those videos already exist there. So we have to be growing, we have to be moving forward, or I don't know that I can continue indefinitely with the channel. So that has been a big challenge. And then like I was saying on my vlog, new mom life, just not really having any help and support through this time. I expected my friends, I expected my partner's family, and we're just not really getting any support. We have had people, like a couple friends that have helped out, like I talked about in the vlog. But when it comes to practical help, it's been very difficult. And I I don't want to seem unappreciative. And I'm so terrified all the time that when I express these things that I'm sounding ungrateful. I'm not. I'm so grateful. And I realize, that I'm very lucky to have this community. I'm very lucky to have the friends that have shown up, and the people here in the community that have stepped up to help in any way that they can. I appreciate that so much. But man, this has been so much harder than I thought it was going to be, because it's like I'm grieving the loss of all of these people and feeling resentment that I feel like it took away from this experience when I expected the support and expected, the bonus and stuff and the paternity leave from Aaron before he lost his job. Like, we expected all these things and they all just came crashing down. And it was just really, it's just been really overwhelming and stressful and anxiety inducing. And I feel like we're both really we're feeling drained, we're feeling burnout, and trying to show up, because I want to do that. I do want to be here with you guys, and I do want to hold space for everybody else. But seriously, I'm feeling like it gets hard to breathe on some days. That's where I'm at. It gets hard to breathe on some days. For Aaron also, I know we're both really just in a place where we're doing our best. We're trying to utilize our skills. We're asking for help when and where we can, though we don't have a lot of people here to step in. And like I said, my friends and his family elsewhere have not really been present. I mean, my friends abandoned me, and his support system just has not really been present, which would have been my support system too. So those are my two things. I'm feeling really stressed out about the channel and just being a new mom. And obviously there's many wins in that also. You guys, I was making a video. I was filming a short yesterday, and it involves me wearing matching jammies with her. And I've been so excited about wearing these, about her finally fitting into them. So while I don't make mini videos with her in them, I don't want to do that. There are a couple that it's just impossible, because when I'm sharing my story and the parts of my story that involve her, obviously she's going to be in some of the videos. And this is one, and that was my big win, is she finally fit into our matching little jammies. So stay tuned for that. Okay. I feel like I just rambled a lot. Just some guy. No, you're not just some guy. You're some amazing human being, my friend. Thank you, Ella. Thank you. Ella says, I'll share this. EMTs had my husband on the floor trying to resuscitate him. We found a button from his shirt on the living room floor. I put it in a frame with his picture. I love that. That's such a beautiful little memento. I didn't mean to make you cry, Ashley, in my last video, but yeah, I'm feeling pretty alone and pretty isolated. So I know the reason I shared that was just so there'd be some understanding, so that there would be other people that could go, okay, I'm not alone. So what struggles are you guys experiencing right now? Feel free to share your struggle, and we'll jump into the wins. Richard Lisa, struggles for me is how to fight the stigma, and my success is my support system and my great friends to vent to. Also, my family is trying to understand. That's great that your family is trying to understand. So you're already working on shattering the stigma. Okay, the fact that you're communicating with your family and helping them to understand, that's how we shatter the stigma. And I always say that in the videos, is by talking about it. So the more we can talk about it, whatever that means, maybe that's just sharing a post on social media, maybe that's talking to someone, maybe that's volunteering your time somewhere, anything that allows us to share or allows other people to share, that's how we shatter the stigma. So I understand that that it can feel very difficult when we take those first steps. It can feel very difficult to to feel like we're making any forward movement, but like our story showed, we are making forward movement. It can feel difficult when you're in the moment and you're feeling the weight of that stigma, but just keep in mind that there are so many people like here in the community. There are other communities online that are communities in person, the support groups and stuff. There's so many places and people that are not going to stigmatize you for your very human feelings and emotions and challenges and stuff. There are plenty of people that won't. So while there are people, unfortunately, that aren't going to understand, there are plenty of people that will. Ashley saying struggled with not feeling so alone. That's why I cried so much. Yeah, I mean, I'm right there with you. And I've really had to remind myself. I literally made a list in my journal the other day of these are the people that are showing up in whatever way that means to them, whether it is trying to help with practical stuff or trying to help with pledges or supporting my shop. Like Ashley, that meant the world to me when you were supporting my Pango, things like that, like anything at all. I just made a list of people that are, that just smiled to me and were kind to me when I went to get some groceries. Anything. I just made a list of anybody I could think of recently that's shown me kindness or that has helped my mental health. Ashley says I relapsed and I'm so ashamed. I understand that shame that comes with that, but I think we all stumble. It took me many times before I was able to get into recovery and have any kind of streak with that. So please know that the best of us stumble, the best of us have setbacks and fallbacks. And as I said in the video, if it wasn't for the fact that I was pumping, just going to be totally honest and transparent, I would have relapsed by now too. And I have that's keeping me from doing that. So I know how easy it is to fall into that. And the best thing we can do is say, okay, what caused that? What caused me to fall into that? And what can I do to prevent that from happening again? So instead of being too hard on yourself, although I know I'm yelling at the wall right now because that shadow is gonna prevent that from really getting through. But instead of really tearing ourselves down, figuring out why does this happen and what can I do to prevent it from happening again. Yeah, like David said, acknowledging it moving forward is growth, not something to be ashamed of. I believe in you. I believe in you too, Ashley. Warrior Poet says, I know this sounds weird or hard to relate to, but my struggle since my vocal injury healed from 2023 to present day, I still feel like I don't have the control I used to have. It's frustrating. Actually, that's extremely easy for me to relate to because when I feel like I'm losing control over things that are important to me, like the channel, I feel like that can really weigh on us. So if we feel like there's one thing that we're really wanting to lean into, and then we feel like we have no control over moving forward or no control over the results of something, that can be really difficult. I get it. I totally get it. So we're almost to the halfway. We're at 22 of our 250 goal. Just wanted to give an update there. I'll read a couple more challenges. Like I said, if I don't see your message, it's not because I'm ignoring you. It's just because there's a lot of message. Using that super chat or super sticker function will make sure that I see your struggles so we can talk about them. And then we will do our wins. Again, if you're doing a struggle, make sure you're also doing a win here. Just some guy. I'm gonna say just some awesome, amazing guy. I've been by myself for 2 years now. My mom passed in 22 and my dad in 23. I took care of them. That's been hard because I felt like I lost my reasons to be here. I miss them so terribly. That literally sounds like something I wrote right after my parents passed. My dad was 05, my mom was 07. And that sounds verbatim like the reason or like the feelings that I felt, in the time after losing my parents. I will say that it came to the point that I will often tell people that you can't live for somebody else because at some point you could lose that person, right? And it's okay to use them as motivation. It's okay to lean into them for some energy here and there. But you know what? You deserve to be happy too, and you deserve to live for yourself. And I feel like in the beginning, well, not in the beginning, I spiraled in the beginning, all right? Like I completely just spiraled out of control, and that's where a lot of my addictions and avoidance behavior came from. But once I came out of that, I realized that, you know what? I was my parents' only child. And even if you're not, I felt that it is my responsibility to share the lessons that they taught me, to share their wisdom, to share their love with the world. And I felt that responsibility just as much as I felt the responsibility to take care of them. I then felt the responsibility to continue on and not give up on myself, because they fought for me. They had fought to keep me here. They had fought to raise me. They had put so much into that. And I felt like if I lose my battle, isn't that kind of a slap in the face to everything that they sacrificed for me, everything that they gave me? So it became how can I honor them? How can I still share what they share with me? How can I show up in a way that honors them? And that gave me purpose again. That gave me reason. So once I really started thinking about that, that helped me start getting through the darkest of the times, and that helped me start seeking recovery and whatnot, and being able to do things like this. Like at the end of the day, this channel, everything right here that we are experiencing, the fact that we are in this chat, the fact that you are listening to me, is a product of that mindset. It's a product of I wanted to be of the best daughter that I could be for my parents' memory. So I am here, and you are listening to it, and you are gaining, energy or advice or whatever, whatever you're getting from this, you're gaining that because I had that mindset and because I wanted to share their love and wisdom with the world. So I think that that's still a good purpose. I believe in Todd Cooper too, Aaron. It is okay that you're late, Doom Gamer. Sam Friends to Wolf says, going through therapy to go over my childhood trauma, physical and mental abuse from my father, I realized as a child I was abused and became the abuser to my siblings. I'm so conflicted. That's actually a very common thing to happen, where someone goes through that, and their maladaptive way of coping with it is to project that on other people. So I think it's great that you're going to therapy for that, because working through that trauma that you went through, working through that abuse that I am so sorry that you experienced, because you didn't deserve that, working through that can help you come to terms with why you had become like that, so that you can forgive yourself, and if appropriate, ask for forgiveness from your siblings if they're still here and you feel like that is something that you need to do. And if they're not, there's other rituals that you can do to still seek that forgiveness. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Ryan. Thank you. Pennies from heaven. I love it. Thank you. That makes me happy. That pushed us up a little further at our halfway mark. So now we are at 72. So that pushes us closer to our 250 goal. Thank you so much. Ryan is pretty dang amazing. Ryan seriously is one of the most amazing people. I am so grateful. I'm so grateful for you, Ryan, to have you as a friend in my life. Anonymous says, as someone who feels like their primary reason to live is for others, I think that's great advice. And I will say that it's okay when you're in the worst of that darkness to find something else, like to find another reason to hold on to. But I really just want to say, at the end of the day, you deserve to be happy for you, and you deserve to find that for yourself. Ryan makes me happy too, David. Bye, Richard. I'll see you soon. Okay, let's see. I'm going to do one or two more. Is it Niall or Neil? I'm not sure. I don't want to say it wrong. Looks like Niall, so I'm going to say Niall for now. Feel free to correct me. I think I'm actually struggling staying sober because the only way I'm managing to do it is just completely avoid events, and I'm just not living and missing out on things I'd actually like to do. That is, I feel like that's the beginning of recovery. I know that there are a lot of people that are never able to do those things again, where I'm assuming you said sober, yeah. So alcohol. There are some people that are never able to go to events where alcohol is served, but there are some people like myself where it just took some time. I had to take some time away from that and start attending events where alcohol was not being served when I was going through getting into recovery from cocaine, because if I drank, I was more likely to use, and it would just be the snowball that if one thing happened, then everything would happen. So I did have to quit drinking for a while, and there was a time where I could not go to social events because I knew that either somebody was going to have drugs or somebody was going to be serving alcohol, and I knew that one led to the other. So I had to avoid that for a while. If that is a big trigger to you, I would suggest, number one, if you're going to events, make sure that you're taking someone with you that you can trust and tell them, hey, I don't want to be drinking. I'm working on being sober. I'm working on staying on the wagon and everything, and just explain that to them. And have an accountability buddy. That really helped me, was having an accountability buddy, or if the event's being thrown by someone that you know, to just let them know in advance that you don't want to be served or offered alcohol. That can really help. Having virgin cocktails and stuff available, or asking if they can provide those, so you can still be part of the social event without having to partake in the alcohol. Actually, I'm kind of curious, Bryson, if you are listening right now. I don't know if you're listening from downstairs, but I know that Bryson, when he was younger, was saying that he felt a lot of strain because of certain things that he had to avoid when he went to kids' birthday parties. And I'd actually be curious of his input. Would you guys like to hear Bryson's input on that? My 14-year-old son, and how he dealt with that. I know it's a totally different thing, but I think sometimes hearing it from that more innocent perspective could be valuable. So I can call him up here if you want, and we can get his input on how he handled that, like as, just an innocent kid that felt like he was being ostracized for having to do things differently. So I can call him up here if you want, and we can hear that from his perspective as well. I just think it's interesting to get different perspectives. But yeah, there he is. He heard. Did you hear me just now? I was talking about you.
No.
We got a pretty baby. So there's someone in here who was saying that they're struggling to avoid alcohol, right? To continue that. I'm going to sit down a little bit. Mm-hmm. And the only way they're managing is to avoid events, and they feel like they're not living and missing out. And I know that when you were younger, you were saying that it was difficult for you to go to, say, a birthday party because you couldn't have the dye, right? Mm-hmm. And you felt different. What advice would you give? How did you cope with that? How did you feel better about that situation? Was it us sending different foods so you could still partake, or what do you think helped?
It was the fact that I knew I could still have fun without having dye.
Yeah.
I knew I could still have fun without having one specific food. There's probably other foods there too.
Yeah. So just knowing that there was variety and other options. That's one of the things I was suggesting, was making sure that there were other options and stuff. David says, I tried to order you Mr. Belvedere on Amazon, but they're back ordered. Oh my gosh, Mr. Belvedere. Mr. Belvedere was a show. Oh, Ashley saying, hey, you make Ashley smile. Oh, good. I'm glad that I pronounced your name correctly, Niall. I love Egyptian culture, so. Niall saying any inputs, very much appreciated. Niall says, thank you, wisdom beyond your years.
Some heroes have superpowers, like good superpowers, like super strength, but Aurora's got the superpower of cuteness. She can stop any bad guy.
Yeah, she's just gonna look at them like.
No, she just has to look at them in general, and they'll all just faint of cuteness.
David and resident Rev Executioner are saying hello to you, Aurora. Thank you for your wisdom, Bryston. Oh.
See, that's Aurora's wisdom.
You want to go play with her with her little froggy?
She doesn't want the little froggy.
She loves her.
She wants
froggy.
you.
She's gonna get me afterward. She's gonna get me for so long afterward. We're gonna play and have belly time.
She's wearing pears.
She's
Mom, I got
wearing
my
pears.
wish. Remember, I talked about pears the other day.
Oh my gosh, you did. I totally forgot about that. Oh, thanks, Mark. Mark says late to the party. You do realize it's 12:40 at night in the UK right now. Sorry. Thank you so much.
Say hi for Aurora.
Thank you for the pledge.
You get to say hi to a pretty baby at 12 o'clock at
I
night.
still love the Puss in Boots look, big cat's eyes. Oh yeah. She will give you energy. Thank you so much, Mark. And I'm sorry to be keeping you awake in the middle of the night. Thank you, Niall. I think that was really good advice, that you can find other ways to have fun. But I think it's really important to either have someone with you or have someone that you can call or text or something if you are feeling that urge. And make sure that you drive yourself. That was another big thing I forgot to mention. Make sure you drive yourself. I actually suggest this for anyone that has anxiety anyway. Always drive yourself to events because then you can leave. So if you're feeling those cravings, you have the power to leave, and just feeling that strength and that power can be very important during that time. See, that was actually the reason that I didn't do the 12-step program. I know it's helped a lot of people, and I certainly encourage it as a tool if that helps you. But for me, it's like I couldn't say that I was powerless. If I said I was powerless, then I would have relapsed over and over and over and over, because it would have been, for me, an excuse. So I know that my journey is different. So let's see, we're at 92. We're at 92, a little over halfway. So thank you guys for sharing the struggles. I just thought that would help a little bit. So we're all feeling heard in the places that we're at. Where we're really just feeling the weight of the world on our shoulders, or we're feeling like we don't know what to do. I just wanted to make sure we're getting balance here. So thank you guys for being part of this new section of the stream. Do we need like a black anti-snap cup now for the struggles? Oh my gosh, dinner smells so good right now. It's making my stomach growl. Holy cow. Ashley, you can email me when you feel that. Oh, or David's offering up his email. Actually, David, your email is in the description of these streams as well. So, Resident Executioner, do I have your email? Thank you. Thank you guys for being willing to connect with each other, because I'm not going to lie, it does get kind of overwhelming sometimes to do that. I'm hoping that we have a smoother system for that in the coming months or year to connect each other. But right now, we're just going to be old fashioned, share each other's emails. So yeah. What if we have a shadow cup, guys? If we have the snap cup and a shadow cup, I can make a shadow cup for our struggles. I think that's an excellent idea. We just created something amazing today. So for those of you that are new, I post over on the community page and ask everyone to share their mental health wins, and then we read them here on stream so that we can also share our positive energy, and so we can acknowledge what we're doing right and what's going right in our lives. And there's always wins, always wins. So it comes to the song that is inspired by Legally Blonde 2, so feel free to sing along with me or just drop snaps here in the chat. Snap cup time, gather ye round, friends and foes together, united and bound. Pass it to your neighbor instead of blowing up, and you'll find harmony and love in a snap cup. And I also, I didn't go to a group because the two I tried were very much faith-based, and I'm an atheist, so it was difficult to relate that to. I'm an atheist as well. And I know they say that you can replace the idea of God with anything that you feel is appropriate, but it still just felt very faith-heavy, and I didn't feel like that was the right path for me either, so relatable. David, you can come here and you'll have all the Legos you need for the rest of your life under your feet for all eternity. Okay, DeGov5 says, I've been considering relocating and starting fresh somewhere new. I just got back from visiting where I'm considering relocating to and absolutely loved it and moving forward with the plan. Love that for you. New beginnings are always an amazing opportunity to reinvent yourself and, to really get some fresh energy. So big snaps to you for that. Before I forget, David had posted his win a little late to the party, so I want to make sure.
Foggy.
Okay.
Back with the foggy.
Okay. We're reading wins right now, though. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna come with
Okay.
Snaps.
You want to do snaps with me? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So David was late to posting his win. Yeah, make sure she's faced away. Okay, so she's not watching this. David was late for his win, but he says, I downloaded several old NES sound effects for my phone notifications, little dopamine hits. Snaps to you for finding the amazing dopamine hits and for doing something fun. I remember when I did that, and I downloaded like the Zelda treasure chest and stuff like that, and it was fun for about 2 days and then started driving me back crap crazy. But I am very happy that you found something that gives you that little bit of joy. I just realized, by the way, that I did not pull up email. So I want to make sure that we have this up. So if you do make bigger pledges, don't look at my email. If you do make bigger pledges here on the stream, you have, I have my, I know. Shh, don't talk about that because that's secret for a video coming up. So nobody knows about that one.
Okay. I didn't.
If you do make bigger pledges, my Venmo and my PayPal are in the video descriptions here, or in the live stream video description, and that makes sure that YouTube isn't taking their cut when you make bigger pledges. So make sure that all of the money is going toward the outreach and stuff. That's going to pick up really loud. So if you're going to play the froggy with her, can you go in the other room? Because it's going to pick up really loud on the mic.
And Aaron's gonna just have the random froggy noise.
Yes.
Blast it into his ear.
Yeah. I'll see you in just a few minutes, my loves.
You will.
Mental Health 37 says, I was having a bad day today, and then I thought of you, Amanda, who's been my rock. I've been watching all your reactions all day on YouTube, which has made my weekend so much better. Thank you for being my friend, my rock, and always giving me your advice. Oh, you're gonna make me cry today. Thank you very much. Snaps to you for being able to just take a day, to lean into something that's making you feel better. I'm humbled that is my content, that's me, and I'm glad that I can make your day better in some small way or some big way. I'm very, very, very happy. So thank you. The names are showing up screwy again. So if this is you, please feel free to say so here in the chat, because the names don't show up right for me. I don't know why. Thank you, Tim. Oh, we have a long one here. Long one. Marcus Edwards says, as someone with an extensive history of bipolar disorder, generalized anxiety disorder, and ADHD, but thanks to AI putting me out of work, I've had no health insurance for 2 years now. Gosh, I'm so sorry. So that means no more visits with my doctor, no more prescription medications. I've been on so many high-powered meds that I've literally had other doctors and nurses genuinely ask me how I was able to function on a day-to-day basis, or any other treatments. I've had to have electroconvulsive therapy in the past, as well as others, and how I have coped the past 2 years. Well, there definitely have been many rough days, especially during manic episodes. I have largely been okay, all things considered. I'm really happy for you. That sounds incredibly difficult. Is there any way, I don't know if you're here in the US, if you can apply to get on state insurance? Because I've had to be on state insurance lately with everything going on in postpartum and stuff. Obviously, I have to get care. So I would look into that if you're here in the States, or if wherever you're at has that as an option, by the way. But I'm so happy that you're largely doing okay. I don't leave my home or property much, so I spend my days tending my fairly sizable garden. Oh, David's going to love this. David's going to be snapping all over the chat right now. A fruit tree orchard. I've started planting my dogs and small flock of chickens. And doing those things largely has me the most content I've ever been, because you have purpose and you have connection and you're doing things that you love. That's amazing. For the first period of time in my life, I'm truly content with what I have, and most importantly, who I have in my life. I'm also lucky to have an amazing woman in my life who genuinely cares about me for the first time in my life. I've always had plenty of girlfriends and even a past wife, but it always turned out obvious that their only concern was what I could do for them. That's so frustrating. I'm not bitter. That's good. That's life and was a learning experience. That's such a healthy place to be in when you can realize that. It took me a while to get there with my ex, but I am realizing that too, that, you know what? I learned a lot about what I don't want. I learned a lot about signs to watch for, red flags and stuff, so I can teach that to others. So yeah, it is a learning experience. Spending all those years chasing the wrong ones and those experiences, what made me see what it was that I really wanted and needed in a partner. Exactly. Apologies for being so verbose. No apologies needed. I know there are many individuals out there in a similar situation as far as having medical conditions but not the money to treat them. So I'm not looking for pity, but it is possible to do things to help some, like activities and such. A good support system can also make an enormous difference. Take care, everyone. Thank you for that inspiration for others who might be struggling, that insight and stuff. Big snaps to you for leaning into those things, for not giving up when things weren't working out, when they're taking away your health insurance, when they're taking away your ability to get those medications and stuff. I'm glad that you're able to find happiness and stuff without all of those heavy medications. Again, I know that medications work for some people, and I would never, ever, ever discourage somebody from doing that if that works for them. But I know they don't work for me, and I know a lot of people struggle because the side effects are so intense, and because once they put you on one, it kind of becomes a slippery slope where they'll put you on many, and they'll start snowballing and stuff. So I'm really happy that you were able to find things to do to find happiness, and it sounds like more happiness than you had when you were seeing these professionals. So I'm seriously really happy for you. I'm happy that you have someone that supports you, that you have all of these wins. No apologies needed for being so verbose, because I want to hear your stories and stuff, and I like to hear when there's lots of wins. So big snaps to you for finding that support system, for finding your happy place, for all of your chickens in your garden and everything. Very, very happy. David donated 10. Thank you very much, David. Is it wrong to occasionally desire pity? I've never figured that out. I don't think that we're really looking for pity. I think we're looking for empathy. Am I wrong there? That I think we're looking for somebody to recognize how bad things are and feel for us in some way. And no, I don't think that's wrong at all. Even if it is pity you're looking for, I don't think it's wrong, because I think what you're really looking for, or what we're really looking for, because I've been there too, is we're looking to feel seen, and we're looking to feel heard, and we're looking for someone to look at that situation and say, God, that really sucks. It sucks that you are in that situation, and you are doing the best you can, but everything is horrible and the sky is falling. Sometimes it's okay to say that, and sometimes it's okay to want to hear that, to want to hear that what you're going through really is bad, and for people to look at you and acknowledge how bad it is. Does that answer your question? I think it's more that we're looking for empathy than pity, because we just want somebody to see us and understand us and hold space for us. We want somebody to crawl down in the hole with us, not somebody to just look and go, well, it sucks you're in the hole. I do think we want people to acknowledge that it sucks we're in the hole, but we want somebody to get down in the hole with us. Yeah, connection and empathy, exactly. But big snaps to Marcus. Great question, David. We have about 8 minutes to go. We are at 70, 90, 102 out of our 250 goal. Still quite a few wins here. So I want to make sure that we can get through all these. Grace Ellen Kelly says, I'm coming to the top of my ERP list of compulsions, and I feel unstoppable. I love that for you. I love that you are feeling unstoppable, and I love that you are getting to the top of your list. That is a lot of progress. I'm very proud of you, so big snaps. Exactly. Resident Executioner says, if I can't drag you into the light, I will sit with you in the dark. Perfect. Yep. Dirty Grove says, I saved a girl from a domestic dispute today on my birthday and took in the punch in the face. I'm okay. Well, I'm glad you're okay. Snaps for being okay. Snaps for standing up for the girl and saving her. I'm so sorry that you took a punch in the face, but I think sometimes, we have to take a hit to get things done, unfortunately. I hope that this person faces justice. That's all I will say, is I hope this person faces justice. And kudos to you for being that superhero that stood in when There might not have been anybody else that would. And happy birthday. Oh no. Poor Laura. Laura is with Bryston, just FYI, so she's not alone. I'm not just leaving her to cry, just to be clear. Resident Executioner, here's yours. So this past week, I've been trying this new medication to help stimulate my appetite, but it didn't go very well, so I spent a couple of days in agony. I'm so sorry. But I kept working through it as best as I could and kept making progress on my yard. Excellent. Yesterday I was feeling better and I committed to getting some stuff completed, so I accomplished 6 things that really needed done. Check, 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 check. Love it. Big snaps for you for being such an incredible, awesome, amazing lady who's having a positive impact with the community. Well, thanks for the love. But big snaps to you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 snaps for you for accomplishing those things. That dopamine, like getting those hits and getting those things done, checking those box items can feel so good. So good for you for leaning into something that can progress you and that can help you move forward when probably all you wanted to do was just lay down. You know, I'm proud of you for fighting back against it. Ryan, oh my gosh, thank you so much. We're gonna hit it. We're gonna hit it. We're gonna hit it. I'm sorry it took so long. My penny jar had just enough. You are enough. You are just enough, and no apologies needed. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You are filling my happiness jar today. My happiness jar is definitely feeling a bit empty. And yes, you guys are filling it. The pledges are filling it. The smell of this dinner that I just know is going to taste amazing is filling it. I'm trying a new recipe for my favorite dish, garlic pasta. I'm trying to make some changes in my nutrition and stuff. So I'm also trying to make some healthy shifts, and we're trying a new recipe just to make it a little bit more healthy. So I'm excited to see how it turns out, but it's smelling really good. Aaron's an excellent chef. Octanium YT says throwing around the 30s in the gym with a little muscle emoji. Snaps to you. Love it. Gym is always, almost always. I mean, it can be overdone, but I always give snaps to people that are showing up. Resident Executioner, you're sweet. That's very sweet. And yes, I agree. I think that the world would be less bright without all of you guys in it. You're here. You're my light right now. So thank you for showing up. Fritz Schnitzler says, hi, Amanda. A couple weeks ago, you told me 8 therapy sessions wasn't much and I should keep going. I'm still going. She's nice and all, but I still see nothing positive. Seems to get worse. Anyway, sometimes you just need to accept things suck. Song suggestion, you too, the troubles. Have a nice Labor Day weekend. Thank you for the suggestion. Thank you for the wishes for Labor Day. I want to give you snaps for showing up, for continuing to go, but I do want to say that there does come a point in accepting that this specific thing is not working for you. Maybe this isn't the right type of therapy for you. Maybe therapy in general isn't what you need. Maybe there's another tool that you need to put in your toolbox. Yep, you know what? Sometimes things suck. And it's not necessarily that therapy sucks, even that it sucks for you. It's just that it's not working, and that's okay. It's okay to say, you know what, I tried that. That didn't work for me. Let's try something else. And I'm kind of honestly in that place with my therapy as well, that I've been going for postpartum. I've been going to therapy, and then I've been doing TMS. I'm coming up on the end of TMS treatment next week. So I'm really grateful for that because it's been a huge time consuming thing. I just don't feel like it's been making progress, but it's okay. What else can I try? Do I need to try something a different way? And I always say, you know, try again, try something new, try asking for help, try a different way of doing something, but keep trying. Like, you don't have to keep trying therapy, but keep trying. I would suggest maybe analyzing, you're saying she's nice, but a person can be nice and not be what you need. So is it that this therapist isn't giving you tools? Is it that you don't feel like it's therapy that you need in general? Is it specialized treatment that you're needing? Really reflect and think what other options you have, whether, again, it's pursuing a different kind of therapy or a different therapist or something else entirely. But snaps to you for continuing going. Jake Smith says, I've spent more time with Kim than usual. Awesome. It allowed us more time to understand each other and made me realize how much she completes me. Well, snaps to you for spending more time with Kim and for being able to understand each other more. I'm going to push back a little bit on this one. And again, you are perfectly allowed to utilize whatever verbiage you want, but I don't like the term that another person completes you. I know it sounds really romantic, but I think that the best kind of relationships are when two complete people come together and share. I think that saying that someone completes you is like saying you're not enough on your own, and I just really don't like the message that sends. And also, if one person is not working on themselves and the other person is, and one person is kind of draining the other person, like that they're looking for something to complete them, then that can throw off the kilter of the relationship. You've been coming here a long time, Jake, and I know that probably doesn't apply to you. I'm more saying that for other people that might be listening to this, that you don't need anyone else to complete you. All right, you are complete. You're a whole person by yourself, and the best relationships are when we feel complete and we can find someone else that feels complete, and we can create a complete life together. Like we can create a new completeness. Does that make sense? Oh my gosh. Hey, David Al Bundy's in the chat. A therapist never really helped me at all. Maybe I'm not seeing the right ones. I got a lot of help when I went through DBT, or dialectical behavioral therapy. That really helped me a lot. But other than that, yeah, talk therapy doesn't really do it for me. It really does not help me in any meaningful way. My gosh, we have so many more to go through and it's already 5. Okay, I'm gonna starve. Anonymous says, I echo what Octanium YT said last stream. School is starting soon. I recently had an appointment with my psychologist where we touched on ways to help make things less stressful, expertly considering how I felt the last few years. And I think I can say I feel more confident about this upcoming school year. Yay! I also touched on how excited I am about the upcoming Falling in Reverse concert I'm going to, as well as the release of the 2nd season of Hasbin Hotel, emailing her links to videos on those respective topics. P.S. I would like to get something off my chest, but I know I shouldn't just trust people on the internet. I want to make sure I can trust you. Maybe the others in the chat can help, particularly since my email address contains my real name before sharing sensitive information, as you should. Completely valid, completely understandable. I completely understand why you feel that way, and I hope that some of the others here can comfort you that have been here for a while, that have shared their information. Anything you share with me in email, unless you tell me it's okay to share, I will never, ever share that here in chat or on YouTube or anywhere else. That is confidential. My email is always confidential unless you give me permission to share. I do think that it is amazing that you're feeling more confident, you have the upcoming school year, and you have these things to look forward to that can be such a make or break thing, having something to look forward to, the concert, a new season. I know for me, it's the finale of Dexter this Friday, of Dexter Resurrection this Friday. Totally looking forward to that. So I understand how that can really put some drops in your bucket. So yeah, I hold space for you that you are feeling distrustful, and I understand why, and I think that's a very healthy thing. I hope some of the people here can help you feel more comfortable in doing that, or just create a different email address and do it from that email address if that makes you feel better. But big snaps to you. Ashley Carper says, I stopped reaching out to the people who never reached out to me when I was or am at my lowest. Yes, you go, girl. I don't have a lot of people who accept me or love me, but I can protect myself from others who wish me harm by not letting them into my life. Absolutely. I'm so glad you're seeing that. If they can't cry and walk with me in the rain, then don't stand with me in the sun. Slow clap. I don't slow clap very often, but slow freaking clap, because I know how hard it can be to have to cut ties with people like that. I've had to cut ties with friends separately from these friends that we were talking about in the postpartum vlog. If you guys haven't seen that, it would mean a lot to me if you watch that, by the way. But yeah, realizing, you know what, this person is an emotional vampire that is taking my energy and never giving any back, and being able to walk away from that person is so huge. And it doesn't matter if you have a lot of people. I know that especially with this climate, especially with the environment that we've created, where it feels like we have to have so many likes, so many friends, so many followers, so many people. It really takes one. It takes one person to accept you and love you. I love you. A lot of people here in the community love you. It takes one person to be there for you and to care about you. And that's what I'm realizing lately is, you know what? I have my family. I have the people that love me, and that's what's important. And realizing your own power here. I want to point that out, that you realize your own power. That you're saying you can protect yourself from others who wish you harm, and you can make that choice. You know, you can do that and not give them your power. That's huge. That's huge to not give your power away like that. Oh, I thought that was a donation pledge. Okay. David, can you drop my email here in the chat for anonymous, please? Grass IR4GF says, I managed to pull a girl who had blocked me on everything, causing me pretty bad depression. We've now been dating her for 7 months, and I've now given her a promise ring. I don't understand this completely. I'm happy for you. I'm happy that you were able to get with this girl, but I'm not understanding this comment completely. I managed to pull a girl who would block me on everything. I don't know what pull a girl means. Is this some kind of colloquial term that that I'm just not familiar with? I'm going to set this win aside, and hopefully whoever that is here and can elaborate on that. But I'm happy for you that you found someone. I just hope that this is a healthy situation. The Wolfman says, coming out of my dark times and coming to the realization how much my childhood trauma has affected my adult life after several therapy sessions, I'm both sad and happy about these realizations, but I am also conflicted as well. I think we talked a bit about that here earlier. So snaps for you for the realization and going to therapy. And it's okay to be sad and happy about these realizations. It's okay to be conflicted. I know we talked a little bit about this and how, once this stuff starts kicking up, I think this might have been who we were talking to earlier. When this stuff starts getting kicked up, it can bring up a lot of emotions. It can pull you in a lot of different directions. But to see that and to understand that and to start working through that, I like to remind people that when we're doing the healing work, it doesn't always feel good, and it doesn't feel healing in the beginning. It's going to feel gross. It's going to feel heavy. It's going to feel overwhelming. It's going to feel conflicting in a lot of ways. Okay. So the healing doesn't start off feeling like healing. It's going to feel really heavy. It's going to feel very emotional, sometimes very dark, but you are showing up and you are going to those therapy sessions. And I think that if you continue doing these, you'll continue having these aha moments and working through it. So I'm very proud of you for that. Thank you, David. Oh, resident executioner says pull girl means he was able to hook up with her and they are now dating. Okay, so block me on everything. I just feel like if she blocked him on everything, does this mean that you were able to work it out with this girl? So you were able to, obviously you worked it out with her if you guys are engaged, but I feel like I'm still a little bit confused. I'm just going to stick with I'm happy with you for the engagement, and I wish you a happy, healthy relationship. Hi, Katie Plays. How are you? I'm here. I am here. That is what I got. Are you new? Is this your first stream, Katie? I don't remember Katie Plays. I remember Katie, but I don't remember the Katie Plays part. The Chicken Man. We have Gus Fring in here, guys. The Chicken Man says, I woke up, I guess. I know we get a lot of comments like this. That's I woke up, I got out of bed, I had my day. Don't downplay this, all right? Because getting up in the morning is huge. Just being able to say you chose to face today. Okay, so all these times that people are saying, oh, that's my only win is that I got up, you chose to face today. Look at it that way, spin it that way. You chose to face the day, even if everything in you wanted to stay in bed. Even if your shadow is whispering to you, no, stay under the covers. That's not just a win, my friend. That is survival. It's courage. It's resilience in action. And I think that some of our biggest victories, some of our biggest wins, I don't think they have to be flashy. Okay. We have a lot of really flashy, amazing wins in here, but they don't always have to be flashy. Sometimes it's simply opening our eyes, putting our feet on the floor, and taking the first breath of the day, or at least the first conscious breath of the day. Right. So I think honestly, those wins build the foundation for all the other wins that are going to come after it. So that's your foundation. If you don't have that foundation, you can't make the other wins. So you made the foundation of those wins. So kudos to you and big snaps. The snaps to Gustavo, yes. Snaps to the chicken man. Okay. Scorpio, or Warrior Poet. Warrior Poet, you're here. All in all, I'd like to think I've had a pretty good week this past week. It's been somewhat productive as well. It's nice to see things swinging the other direction for a change, absolutely, because for me, this year has just been one of those years. It's nice to just take things in and to be back home. Adjusting to being back home was not on my bingo card among many other things, but you got a bingo and you are moving forward, being productive, love it, going in the right direction, love it. I'm glad you're having a good week. You had a few really crap weeks, and I'm glad that it's moving in the right direction. I'm glad it's giving you those wins, and that you're feeling good. Let's see, we're at 120, 40, we're at 132. So we are a little bit over halfway for our goal. I think I have like 4 or 5 more wins. If you do have a win, you can use super chat, super sticker function to highlight that here so that I see it. But let's try and hit our goal. I really, really want to dazzle these kids. I want these kids to just have all the things that they need to be able to build emotional resilience and to have someone show up for them, when they're struggling. I know how hard it is to be a neurodivergent kid that doesn't have the skills that they need, and not always because other people aren't wanting to show up, but sometimes because they can't, either because they don't have the skills or they don't have the tools, and I want to give them the tools. So let's see if we can get there so we can give them the tools. And let's keep going. Bye, Resident Executioner. Have a good day or night, wherever you're at. 5 Pieces of 9 says, sometimes when I'm asked what I did today, I answer, I stayed alive, and that is enough. It is absolutely enough. That's the only thing you need to do. The only thing you absolutely have to do today is stay alive. Ryan Barron says, my one is helping a friend out as much as I can that always lifts my spirits, and we didn't get hit by another hurricane yet this year. I don't like the word yet there. Usually that's the magic word, but I'm not liking it here. I had the best birthday this year. I'm so glad you had a good birthday. Snaps to you, and you help us so much. So I'm sure your friend is very appreciative and very, very heartwarmed at you helping them, because it lifts your spirits, it lifts their spirits. It's just wins and energy all around. Man, I'm really glad you haven't been hit by a hurricane either, and I hope that yet is not a prediction. All right, I hope that is not a prophecy here. All right, so snaps to you. We have a couple little ones at the bottom too, so. Oh my gosh, they're all sticking together. We have so many. Kevin Perry says, I'm going to a concert in a couple weeks. Love that for you. Like I said, having something to look forward to is amazing. Let's see. Gabriel Loria says, I'm challenging my low self-esteem and insecurities by being more active in a meetup group for individuals with various disabilities. You fight back against your shadow. Good job. I'm proud of you. I think that's huge. It's okay, to accept, this is where I'm at, but let's work on how we can get uncomfortable, because that's how we grow, is by getting uncomfortable. And sometimes we have to do things like going to a meetup group that can make us uncomfortable, but can really give us a lot of wins in the long run when we meet people, or when we learn things, or when we just have experiences. So big snaps to you for getting uncomfortable so you can grow. Andy says, I managed to get myself a really good job despite my mental and physical problems. Didn't think it could ever happen again and had pretty much given up, but pushed through it and got it. Massive win for me. every time you think you think of giving up, think that next day, that next step, that next choice could be what breaks the cycle. So snaps for you for sticking with it. Even when you wanted to give up, even when you didn't think that something was possible. And I know some people in here, I'm eyeing you. I know some people in here that this is going to apply to. If you think that something is not possible, maybe the odds aren't in your favor, but that's okay because there still are odds. And I just want to remind everyone that I was told by multiple doctors that me having a daughter was pretty much impossible. Our one doctor was saying that 20% was being generous. We had another doctor that had said, 3%, 5% or whatever, and she's here. So even if the odds aren't in your favor, you can still beat the odds. So snaps to you. Okay, 3 more. Let's try and get our goal because I have to go after this to eat. So let's try and get our goal. DD Superstar says, I woke up, I got out of bed, I faced the day again. That's all you need to do. That's all we're asking of you. So big snaps. Two more. Stevie said, I can hear Aurora and then I can hear the froggy. Because he's trying to help her feel better, so I just hear the little froggy in there. She started playing with toys more this week, and it's really cute. She got attached to a toy that a friend had given her, and it's just been really adorable watching her explore the world and watching her get excited about that and listening. Like I said in the video, it makes little crinkly sounds, and I like listening to it. Right now I'm listening to the little jingles, and that's comforting right now, too, to just know she's over there. So Steve Olson says, I'm in Vancouver, BC, Canada. We are having multiple events and classes all the way to the 31st regarding overdose awareness. I love that. The building where I'm living is second stage housing. 3 close personal friends of mine, and all three healthy and in their 30s have died in August. Oh my gosh. That literally took my breath away for a minute. That breaks my heart. People are scared here like never before. They're getting it. Positive change is coming and people want it. They absolutely do. That's the thing, is we all want the positive change, and we are working to make it. Unfortunately, it's a little bit slow. I'm so unbelievably sorry that you lost your friends, that they've passed away. There does need to be more awareness about this. I don't know about Canada. Here in America, it's fentanyl. That's the big thing that is taking people out. I hope that you do keep working on building that awareness, on living in a way that you can honor your friends and that you can help others to prevent that same fate. So I'm happy for you that you're a part of that movement, and I'm going to give some snaps to you for that, and for you for still being here and believing in that, even though you had that loss. So please don't stop believing. Please keep fighting, because there's friends of other people that we can save. So we can't save them all, unfortunately, but there's still so many people out there that need us. So please keep fighting. Oh my gosh, no, Gabriel Lair, staying alive. Oh, now that song's gonna be stuck in my head. One of the characters on Dexter sings that, or not sings it, she listens to it a lot on the new season of Dexter, and now it's gonna be in my head. It's also on Shrek. Oh gosh, and that means that it's John Lithgow that's singing it on Shrek. Oh, anyone that knows me knows that I'm freaked out by John Lithgow. Okay, Todd Hill, last one here. We're just gonna have a bazaar here of pledges. I just know it before I have to log off. We're gonna hit it. We're gonna hit our goal. Having bad days, but managing to push through them. Yep, just keep pushing. We all have bad days. I like to say, you know what? Some days we're the bug, and some days we're the windshield. And meaning, some days we're on top of the world, and some days we're getting smashed. We're getting squished by it. So some days you're gonna be the bug flying high. Sometimes you're gonna be the windshield. Sometimes you're gonna be the bug getting smooshed on the windshield. Sometimes you're gonna be the windshield doing the smooshing. That's taking everything out. So keep that in mind. Katie says, no, I've been here for the last 2 streams. Okay, my mom, Rain, is really next level. I remember seeing Katie, but I didn't remember the plays. I'm as good as I can be. My dog died on Tuesday, and I had an epileptic seizure, spent 2 days in hospital after hitting my head. so sorry. I know how hard it is to lose your dog, and it's completely okay. If nobody else gives you permission, I want to give you permission to mourn your dog because they're part of your family, and it hurts, and it's going to take time, and you deserve the time to grieve and process. I'm sorry about the seizure. I'm glad you were able to get the medical care that you needed, but and no, don't feel the need to apologize for anything. But I hope that you can take the time to grieve, because you deserve that right now. And you know what? That just sucks. We were talking earlier about sometimes you have to just admit it sucks. That just sucks. But take time to grieve your pup and hold space. And I hope that you are able to go through this time without another seizure. Anonymous says, I lost my dog too. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry for the losses. I've lost a lot of my dogs. Since 2017, I've lost 4. And I had them for 17, 15, and 9 years. And the other one I had for a little under 2. And yeah, it's really, really difficult. So yeah, have to be logging off. If you're watching this at a later time and you want to make a pledge, the info to do so is in the description. And as always, if we do hit our goal, I keep it open for 24 hours. So if we do hit our goal within the next 24 hours, I'll post it over on the community page. So keep an eye on that. Stay tuned for that. Once we do send everything out, I will at least send a picture of the stuff we're sending, or I'll post a picture of the stuff we're sending, and hopefully they will post a picture also, or share a picture also once they get everything set up in the classroom. So thank you guys so much for helping me get so far into our goal, and for all of the love and kindness today, reminding me why I do this, that something I'm saying is sticking, right? Something I'm saying is sticking and helping. It does mean a lot. I'm going to go love on the baby because I think she just needs some mom hugs, and I'm going to eat. So I'm very excited about this new meal. So I've been looking forward to for the past couple of hours. I love you guys so much. So thank you so much, Niall, for the promise of the future pledge. So the next stream will be 2 weeks from today. I know that we had 2 in a row there, but that was just because I missed one because I was sick. So I was kind of trying to make it up and get back on schedule. But I love you guys so much, and I will see you again real soon. Mwah.